So today I have Andrew O'Crutch. Andrew O'Crutch was an offense and defensive lineman for us at various points in his career and had a successful. He won 10 conference championships as a football and track athlete as a member of the team, and 2 individual championships on the track side of things. So we're excited to have Andrew. Andrew, where were you originally from, and what did you study at Rose-Hulman?
I'm originally from a suburb of Louisville, Kentucky, in Mount Washington, Kentucky, alumni at Bullitt East High School, and I studied mechanical engineering at Rose.
So where are you currently at, and where are you working?
I currently work at International Paper, the world's largest paper manufacturer, as a capital projects and reliability engineer. A facility is a small 100% recycled paper mill in Maysville, Kentucky, in Mason County, about an hour southeast of Cincinnati.
So all the education you got at Rose, how did that help prepare you to be in the paper business?
Honestly, to be in the paper business, it didn't really prepare me as I didn't learn any paper science while I was at Rose. But what it did was it taught me how to be a professional. It taught me how to deal with multiple things at once. I've got probably 8 or 9 projects right now rolling. And in the time during COVID, that's a lot. I've got more usually. And then it also kind of helped me deal with people who might not be the most social butterfly of all people. There's a lot of smart people at Rose. There's a lot of smart people out in the industries across the country. Some of them don't exactly talk a ton or are very good at communicating. And then Rose helped me really helped me prepare with some of those people and kind of how to get them to be more sociable and to be a good member of the team.
So what is your favorite memory or memories here at Rose?
I think probably a lot of people will say, the bus rides, the locker rooms, and, a lot of that was the same for me. One of the biggest ones was doing final study sessions during finals week with the guys. That's how you really develop bonds, especially your freshman year. And then the 2 biggest ones were, that finally beating Franklin feeling. That one, I remember that one for the rest of my life. And then watching you score in Germany, I think was probably the best. And then that whole Germany trip too was pretty awesome.
There's been a lot of guys I've interviewed that have talked about that Franklin game, those Europe trips. So we're a little sad because we were supposed to be in Europe currently, but we'll be postponed. We'll be there next year, and maybe I'll block another punt and get a few sacks for you guys.
There you go.
In memory.
Expect the full highlights.
Europe experience. My last question for you is, what advice would you have for someone interested in Rose-Hulman?
I think the biggest thing when I was deciding was a lot of it, you'll look at the money. Rose-Hulman is expensive, but I think you really got to look at the return on investment that you'll get from the school. Rose will brag on it all day, and I'll brag on it too. I recently saw a Facebook post of another one of my buddies, another football alumni, who had a very, very large chunk of debt that he paid off in a very, very short amount of time. The school sets you up for that, and if you are disciplined and once you get out, you can pay off that debt fairly quickly. The other piece of advice I would say is come into the school with the mindset that you've got to be resilient. You may be the smartest kid at your high school. Odds are you're probably not going to be the smartest kid at Rose. I was in the top 10% of my class in high school. Thought I was pretty smart rolling into it. I took my first calculus test at Rose and got, I think, a 37% on it. And it was a real wake-up call. But, a lot of people could have rolled over at that point and said, nah, this school ain't for me. I learned that you had to not deal with it and make sure that it didn't happen again and continue to push through. And I was able to graduate with higher than a 3.0 and get to a job now that I'm very happy with. So.